Hey mates, welcome to Fighnimates. I'm back with another video on Friday, so I'm keeping my promise that I'm uploading on Friday. So that is going pretty good so far. And in this video, I'm here to talk about why I don't like drawing portraits or realistic art in that matter. But before we start talking about that, the drawing I'm working on, it's a pretty old drawing, like a couple of months old, and I recorded it, not everything, so I'm really sorry about that for anybody who would like to have seen the sketch or even the inking. I don't completely show, but it's just something to show you guys while I'm talking about why I don't like drawing portraits. And actually this abstract portrait, so pretty ironic that I don't like drawing them, but I'm kind of drawing one right now. It's a portrait of myself, and it's a part of my masterpiece in art class, and the theme was power to something, and I chose power to fantasy. So I'll show you some sketches at the end of the videos and the final artwork, how it turned out. And I had a blast working on it because I really dived into my fantasy and tried to explain it with illustrating. But during that whole working on my masterpiece and me deciding I wanted to have a portrait of myself in that masterpiece to show that everything I'm drawing, it flows from me, from my fantasy. And a long time I always had this feeling whenever I drew portraits, and I don't draw a lot of portraits, like I really try to avoid them. I think I can count on two hands all the portraits I've drawn in my entire life as an artist. And I think that the thing is why I didn't like them before is because I thought drawing portraits, it's really hard. I don't know if other artists like you can relate with me, but it's something you really need to have skill for it. And drawing a portrait, you have a picture or something it has to resemble. So if you didn't draw it good, it won't really resemble the person you are trying to draw. So that was always a thing that really, like, I'm not good enough to draw portraits, so I'm really going to avoid it till I become a better artist. And like 5 years have passed, and I gave it a go again with myself at this portrait. So the drawing, you can see I'm drawing. Before I started the portrait, it didn't look anything like that. It was a very basic portrait, and it really just resembled me with all the abstract decisions added to it. And it was at that moment that I decided that I didn't like portraits because I thought they were hard, and it's something you really need to have a lot of skill for, but they really lacked a lot of creativity to me. Because drawing a portrait or anything that you draw from real life, so something realistic, you're really just copying something you're seeing, and it has almost zero creativity added to it. And that's something I like with drawing. I like to draw my own stuff. I like to make my own paintings, design my own characters. That's why you really don't see a lot of fan art from me, because I'm really a creativity to the max kind of artist, and portraits, in my opinion, really defies that. Because and don't get me wrong, I really respect all the artists who love drawing portraits. I mean, it's your decision, and it's something you need to, if you're doing it good, you need to have crazy skills for. And it's almost only skills and really minimum creativity. Like with this portrait where I was working on it, I tried to bring in some creativity with making myself look like a puzzle. I'll show you a picture of that, and really making it abstract. So that's how my drawing myself portrait became kind of fun for me, because I started playing with kind of factors. Let me add that to my portrait and this, and I thought, like, now I'm liking it. But if I just copy a picture or do a real life sketch of someone as a portrait, it's really boring me, because when I'm drawing it, I'm really on automatic mode, and I'm really stressing because it needs to resemble someone. And if it doesn't resemble someone, I think the portrait didn't succeed. So the reason why I don't like drawing portraits is because not a lot of creativity goes into it. It's really a process of seeing something and trying to copy it as closely as possible. I don't know if you know a lot of portrait artists. I mean, I think one of the best ones out there is Heather Rooney. I think she's a Dutch artist, a female Dutch artist, and I don't know if you've seen any of her videos on YouTube, but I think she's one of the best, if not the best, portrait artist out there. And like the portraits she draws, they're like accurate, to the point accurate. And I thought like that's really amazing, and I had a lot of respect for her skill. But I always thought like that's not a lot of creativity put into it, because you could look up the reference. I think the thing she really copied, and it was exactly the same. And while I admired her skills, I thought maybe she could have brought the piece to a whole new level by adding some creativity into it. So basically, I don't like drawing portraits or realistic stuff because my creativity is not challenged. It's not really brought to the next level where I need to think, whoa, let's use my fantasy. And with my masterpiece, with my master art piece, it was really power to fantasy. So power to what I am imagining, what I want to use. And that's what I like about drawing, and what I like about animating and creating stories and comics. And I hope you guys also think that's a really important part to drawing. It's your creativity, and I think we get better at drawing, we improve our skills to better express our creativity. And when I'm doing realistic stuff and doing portraits, my skills are challenged, like my fundamentals in art. Do I understand it? How good can I copy something? But my creativity is not challenged at all. So that's something I wanted to discuss with you guys, really talk about it. Like, how do you think about it? Do you like doing realistic stuff? How do you feel when you're doing a portrait or copying? I mean, I think most of you artists, when you've been drawing in school or public, and people would come to you like, wow, that's a really cool drawing. Could you maybe draw me? And I really thought like, why would they ask me to draw them? Like, what's so fun about drawing you? Because how I see it, I'm drawing you, I'm copying you. My creativity doesn't get challenged at all. You have a pretty drawing of yourself, but what do I gain? You're happy, but my creativity is not challenged. So yeah, guys, that's something I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about drawing portraits, or if you think I'm mad because it's something amazing and all artists should be able to do. Because I think if you can really copy a portrait to the point that people wouldn't even be able to separate the drawing from the picture, I think you're wasting your talent. Because if you can do that, try using your creativity. The things you will be able to create, like that will be mind-blowing. And that's all the time when I see a artist that is drawing a portrait, and I see a video on Facebook, and I think that's amazing, but it really lacks the creativity factor. But I think one of the things there are portrait artists is people like to see things they recognize, or things that they think, oh, that's cool, that's a portrait of me, or that's a portrait of some famous actor. And really, that's a sad thing that original art doesn't get appreciated as much as realistic drawings or fan art. Like, I don't want to even dive into the whole why fan art is so popular thing, but yeah, that's something I wanted to share with you guys. So I would really like to hear your opinions in the comments, so let me know. Please share them with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit different with me talking about something, but I hope it was good different, and I hope I can make more videos like this in the future. Yeah guys, as always, don't forget to stay awesome. Peace.